I'm vaccinated, and I'm more worried about STDs.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
How's it going?
Good. What's your name?
I'm Nick.
Nick?
Yes.
Cool. And you have a couple friends here, Nick.
Yeah, so my girlfriend Erica, my good buddy Austin, and Kale.
Cool. So they told me that you guys are you guys all looking to move here? Pretty much everybody?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Like, we're tired of the rain from Washington. It's horrible. The sun, are you kidding me?
Okay. So it's mostly weather.
Yeah, it's all weather.
It's all weather?
100%.
Otherwise, you like Washington?
Yeah, we got Pacific Northwest. Are you kidding me? I mean, we got hiking, car drives, everything under the sun for that.
Are you guys in like Seattle or like an outskirts city?
Just north of Seattle.
Just north of Seattle.
Yeah.
I have a cousin that lives in Vancouver that I visited a few times, and it's just the weather for me, man.
Yeah, the weather really is
sucks.
The weather. I mean, every once in a while you'll get a couple months out of the year that are nice, but other than that, it's literally just downpour.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's difficult to live with. I feel like you do really get like gloomy. They talk about like depression because of the weather, and I feel like that's 100%. A real thing.
Oh yeah, you come back over here, everybody's super friendly, they're outgoing. They actually ask you how your day's going. We don't get a lot of that. We don't get a lot of that at all.
So I had a couple people from the Midwest, like Wisconsin area, things like that coming, and like a couple people from I want to say North Carolina, and they were saying that people in Arizona are cold in comparison.
Oh, there's no way. 100% total mood swings from here back home.
Okay.
Back home, everybody's like, oh, okay, I don't care to wake up and go to work. Like here, we all want to get out and go do stuff. Back home, we don't want to do that.
That's interesting.
Yeah, the weather definitely changes everything.
How serious is like the wanting to move here? Like you guys actually,
100%.
You're actually thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I were talking about it, a couple weeks ago, that we were like, okay, let's get serious. So all three of us are first responders.
Oh, cool.
And so definitely looking into fire jobs down here. I mean, they're hiring everywhere right now. So it would just be the best part is to just get down here and have some fun.
Especially summers in Arizona. There's a lot of potential fires, so they want to stock up on people.
Wildland side, that's a blast. We get out there and do a lot of that.
Yep.
So
have you ever been to like the northern Arizona area, or do you guys specifically normally come to Phoenix and Scottsdale?
So one of my good buddies I grew up with, his family moved here. They're just inside of Chandler.
Okay.
So we've been kind of coming here for the last few years, and we haven't really been. This is our first time together here, but I've been here a few times. So.
You guys should absolutely, especially since you guys are all first responders. I assume you guys are all into like nature and the woods and things like that to some degree or another. You guys have to go see Sedona.
I went and rented the Can-Ams in Sedona last year.
Oh, there you go.
We went for my buddy's birthday for his 24th or 23rd, excuse me. And we were out there for all day for a few hours. And then we went and checked out some of the bars and stuff in Sedona, but it was a blast. The Can-Ams are fun.
I had a buddy who rolled one and had to pay like, it was like $3,000 to the company for rolling.
Yeah, you have to put like a down pot or a deposit down just so that you can go drive them.
Yep, it's a bit of a pain. But what is the life of a first responder like?
It's an intense adrenaline rush 90% of the time.
Is that why you did it?
Yeah.
You seem like a guy who likes an adrenaline rush.
I like an adrenaline rush. I like to take chances and have some fun. But no, it's fun. It's a very rewarding job, but it's very humbling at the same time.
You feel like
a lot of things that other people don't see.
Right. Do you feel like you get paid what your job is worth?
Yeah. Different departments pay different, but
okay.
For the most part, yeah.
What kind of different departments are there in first responding?
Oh, it's all just like cultural wise, right?
Okay.
You go down to a big city, you don't get to meet everybody in the fire department.
Oh, you meant departments in different cities.
Yes,
I thought you meant within being a first responder.
Oh, no.
Or like different sections of people.
Okay,
cool. So you guys all kind of do the same thing. First responders all. Yeah. You guys like all have to know how to do the same stuff.
Yeah, versus, I mean, if you work in a big city, I mean, you could be on a ladder truck for your whole career versus an ambulance and a ladder truck, like what I get to do with Kale here.
Right.
There's many different routes that you can go. Of course, you can be just a wildland guy. You could just be an ambulance driver or a truck driver or a rescue or a boat operator. I mean, if you go down to Seattle, you have all those different options.
What is the craziest thing? Obviously, like, I don't want you to say anything you can't say, or like, I don't know how those things work, but the craziest thing you've ever pulled up on, or craziest thing you've ever experienced while working up until this point?
Probably some of the craziest stuff is just house fires. I mean, those are some of the craziest things that I've been on.
Right.
We get a lot of MVAs. I work right next to I-5.
Okay.
The corridors between my department and stuff like that. But we get a lot of car accidents, and there's some pretty crazy stuff.
Gnarly
that happens.
stuff.
Yeah, so we have a big berm that's in between, and I had a gentleman fall asleep at the wheel and kind of cross over the median and slammed into a welding truck. So we had an accident there and a car fire, so that was pretty crazy to pull up on.
Man.
Something pretty crazy. But it was fun. It was crazy.
You ever meet any like just crazy people tripping on drugs, like some wild stuff like that?
Yeah, we so there's a drug called ketamine that just knocks people out.
Yep, heard of it.
So yeah, we get
I've been in the EDM community,
ketamine and stuff like that, with PD. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize like it's a super powerful drug and stuff like that. But yeah, we see quite a few people with a lot of hallucinogenic drugs.
Yeah,
where we're from. So
yeah, and they're all just like don't know how to do. Hi, how are you? What's going on?
Hey guys,
how are you?
I'm sure you want to interview us.
Yes.
Sure, why
Let
not?
them go. Do it.
And we'll tell you the truth.
What do you think about the vaccine? Are you getting the vaccine?
I've had both of them because I'm elderly and I don't want to fucking die.
Okay, that's fair. Have you gotten the vaccine yet?
Oh, she's
You
an
have-
anti-vaxxer.
So you have tiger's blood,
Oh yeah.
and you're just solid.
Yeah, I've had them both. I've had them both.
I'm on the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, come join.
I've
Now all
been
this
in.
stuff is breaking loose. Blood clots, this and that.
Infertility issues, things
No,
like that.
you know what? That's BS.
Hey, that
BS.
we'll all find out in 5-10 years. That's what I'm saying. We'll all find out in 5 or 10 years.
That's what I'm thinking.
My
That's
eggs
why
are
I
all
haven't
dried
gotten
up,
it.
so infertility doesn't bother me. Death does, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just.
You're just gonna hang with the vaccine, call it a day.
Vaccine.
Yeah. Hey, more power to you. More power to you.
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm one of those people that thinks people should do whatever they think is best for themselves. That's
I agree with that.
I'm
Yeah.
there for that.
But
You know.
I'm vaccinated, and I'm more worried about STDs.
Yeah.
That was a great answer. Thank you. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Husband was like,
Well,
Admission from Greg behind the camera. I tried really hard to catch
it's
that.
all good,
It's all
dude.
shaky.
You're totally fine.
Just gonna loosen
that was
this guy
good.
up.
So I have another show that I do. It's like an actual interview show, and I set up a whole. Actually, my brother-in-law does carpentry work, so he came into my house and we did plywood all over the wall and built some shelves and did all that.
Yeah.
And that's a much more put together show.
Yeah.
This not so much, as you can
it's good.
tell.
Oh, no,
this
just
is
So-
like
Yeah.
we watch on YouTube and like people just going around just chilling.
There you
talking,
go.
dude.
Yeah. And
See this beautiful camera.
yeah.
oh yes, camera work.
Most of the time, my problem with shows like this, for example, is they all have some specific topic they want to talk about for the day, and I'm just not about it. I like seeing what other people are interested in and going from there.
We'll
Oh, yeah.
talk about anything.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
So you're also a first
I'm
responder,
a first firefighter and I'm in the reserves.
okay? And you said you had some
Oh.
stuff you wanted to say about crazy stories.
Yeah, I went on a call Friday night. It's over a year ago. I have PTSD from this.
Okay.
Went on a call. I'll hold that for you.
Yeah.
No, I went on a call. It's around midnight Friday night,
Okay.
early Saturday morning. We get dispatched to a car into a building.
Oh man.
And so we used to work together at a department, but he left to go work at another one.
Right.
And so our 8 car got dispatched to it with another district engine because it was
Okay.
in their district and where our 2 stations are next, like close.
Right.
And so we get there. So we first get a car off road into a building.
Okay.
And then it turns into what we call. So like Nick was saying, MVA is a motor vehicle accident.
Okay.
So it turned into an MVA medic, which is like someone seriously hurt.
Okay.
So we show up with the engine, and I go with the captain for the engine. He says, "Hey, come with me. We're gonna go down and get in the car and
Okay.
get her stabilized." Well, he opens so obviously car into a garage. Well, he moves the passenger window airbag,
Right.
2x4 through the face. She's gone.
That's insane.
So that was my first real traumatic call.
And that one sticks with you, huh?
Yeah, I don't sleep well anymore.
That's
My girlfriend
insane.
gets pissed at me because like we'll be like she was just here today, but she went back home. She had to go do some stuff,
Right.
and she gets pissed at me because I don't sleep.
So have you tried to see a therapist or
I do. I see a therapist,
someone for it?
but for me, it didn't work.
That's crazy. So I'm starting master's school to start my journey to becoming a psychologist, which is why I asked.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You know what I mean? People, generally speaking, people don't deal with stuff like that unless they're in the military.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't really come up on that kind of a thing often for people. That's crazy.
Yeah. So like, I think out of the last 48 hours we've been here, 72, I've maybe gotten like 4 hours of sleep.
Dang, man.
So
Dang. Well,
crazy.
hopefully like some prolonged therapy and seeing someone will help in the future. But like that's a lot to deal with. And seems like you got
this
good
guy
friends.
right here
Yeah.
has been both of these guys, because
That's
out of all of us, Kale's the more one that's been in the field longer.
okay.
So
Gotcha. Well, I mean, that's important, especially for a job like you guys have. For something like I do, right? Like, obviously, it's emotionally difficult to talk to people sometimes because they have a lot that they'll lay on you. Especially, you know what I've noticed? If you're just simply open enough to talk to someone, they will share the most ridiculous things with you. Like,
oh yeah,
and sometimes I sit there and I'm thinking, like, you don't have anyone to talk to about this stuff. Like, you're that willing to talk to a stranger about
oh
it.
yeah, like
Crazy.
No judgment, though. I don't have anything to hide. I'll probably never see you again. You know what I mean?
Well, that's true.
It's one of
That's
those
true.
things. It's like, okay, I'm gonna lay something heavy on you, but you don't know who I am or where I'm from, and I'm never gonna see you again, type of thing.
Yeah,
So it's
that's
something I
fair.
can easily get off my chest without any regrets.
That's totally fair. I never really thought about it like that. I always just thought people just don't have enough people to talk to. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's insane.
it's nice.
The stuff we're trying to change as first responders is there's this big stigma for the last 40, 50 years, not talking about the things we see. And that's something that all of us are trying to change because we're all pretty young still. We're all under 26.
Okay. Yeah, I'm 24. So you guys are all. How long have you been working?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
So you started early.
he started
the
our
day
day.
after I graduated high school.
We went to high school together,
Wow.
and he didn't even go to our graduation day. He started academy.
So in Arizona, you can start. I think the academies they have are.
18.
Is there something you do through like a community college, right?
Yeah.
You can.
Go, okay.
There's so many different routes you can go to do it. That's probably one of the more popular ones.
Okay.
The way I went through right after I graduated high school. I was 18 and I went straight into the fireside.
What, was this just something you guys thought about as kids? You were like, this would be fun. Like, I don't know many people. I'm 24 and like in the last year figured out what I want to do. How are you already like?
For me, it's family. I'm a third generation firefighter. My grandfather was for 25 years. My father still is. And my mother was for 10 years. So it's,
Even your mom.
yeah.
Wow.
It's family business for me.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone having a family of first responders. That's
great.
wild,
That's
man.
great.
That's wild. You had two good examples to learn from too.
sure.
So
Oh yeah,
that's crazy.
big time.
Wow. Good for you guys, man.
Yeah.
And hopefully you do come out to Arizona. You seem like
Yeah.
good people,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Arizona could use some
Yeah.
more good people.
It's a blast out here. We're having a good time.
Fuck,
Yeah.
what else?
Been
What
everywhere.
else? Fuck, hit us with questions, man. Where?
How are you guys feeling about? So Washington was locked down pretty hard.
Oh,
we can talk about this if you
Okay.
want, dude.
Yeah.
This is something why we want to leave Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whole lot of things that you're not fans of, I'm assuming, with the way they manage things.
We'll just say our governor
Right.
is idiot.
Would you compare him to Mr. Newsom in California?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of follows along what California does in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, it seems like the whole West, so California, Oregon, Washington, all
kinda copy
together.
each other.
Yeah, they all just work on each other's. They all kind of follow California's lead. It feels like. So
Seems like it.
okay, so you guys are happy to be somewhere that's not governed necessarily by a. Yeah.
I was here 4 weeks ago and they were still making you wear masks pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, so I had some lady walk by me and I was just like, hey, does anyone, or he asked them, do you want to chat? You want to have a conversation? It's like vehemently and aggressively was like, no, specifically because you're not wearing a mask. And I was like,
Oh,
gosh.
I can't help myself with that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no,
That's crazy.
I went
That's
to
dumb.
we went to Spokane to go see our buddy who moved over there. It's on the eastern side of Washington.
right.
We went to Idaho,
Okay.
Coeur d'Alene,
Right.
open.
Oh yeah.
Wide open. We were walking around, walking into places, and we're like the happiest we've been. And then we would drive back to Washington for the night, and we were like, oh, now we're gonna go back into
Yeah.
lockdown. We're
Yeah.
like, great.
Yeah.
Especially in our job, we have
Now I can't do anything with my life. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I have to sit here and listen to what they're telling me to do. Yeah, it's a difficult thing, man, especially when you disagree with the actions your government's taking. It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
We've got our friends back. Our friends that interrupted a little while ago. They're back and chatting with our camera guy at the moment.
He's scared to die, but yeah, doesn't have a mask on. Some people.
Hey.
And see, okay, I love the fact that people can have like open conversations about things and say how they really feel.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You get both
Their friends
vaccines. If they read into it, I mean,
She almost just
it's okay.
fell over
It's
the
okay.
pot there.
Yeah.
I think Scottsdale, outside of Las Vegas, is one of the only places you can go and find a lot of drunk people over the age of 50.
Oh, 100%.
Love it. We literally love people watching.
Oh,
Dude.
We'll sit
and
and
we were
just
talking about it while we were eating dinner today, or lunch, I guess, or whatever. What time is it?
after 5.
5:30.
We literally just came from
early dinner.
We're just watching.
People watching, making fun of him. I mean, this guy's got some comments about people. It's pretty good.
Some
to listen
dark
to.
humor, man.
Come out of nowhere and be like, bam, you're like, dude, what the hell did you just say?
He said
It's like-
something in the car
okay.
earlier, and we were just dying.
Oh yeah.
It's like my girlfriend, honestly. And you know, the thing is, you'll look at I'll look at my girlfriend after saying something, or I'll look at him, my buddy Greg, and
They come up with the best things every time. You're like,
it's
dude,
funny.
where'd you
But
get
you'll
that?
always look at your friend or whoever it is. You'll be like, that was fucked up, but that was funny.
Yeah.
every time.
And in the fire service, that's what gets us through.
The day,
dark
oh
humor.
yeah, I don't doubt it, man. What else are you gonna do sitting there waiting for calls, and then after getting off of a harsh call or something?
We'll go on.
Shit.
We'll go on a call. Like me and him, we work together a lot on shift.
Right.
And we'll transport a patient to the hospital, and then we're driving back, and we're like, we'll just
BS about the
BSing about the call,
Cra-
and just
yeah,
cracking
cracking
jokes. and we're
jokes.
like,
You
are
have to.
Yeah.
You have to. That's part of the reason it's so difficult. You crack any joke nowadays, and you're ready to get canceled.
And that
You
is
know what I
part
mean?
of
If the internet finds out about it.
because that's our outlet. So
Yeah. I mean, that's an outlet for a lot of people too. You know, everyone's kind of suffering with not being able to like vocalize themselves and be normal and feel natural.
yeah, and we have a lot of military members that work in the fire service that are used to being able to crack those jokes because it's in an
Yeah,
environment
well,
where you're not
yeah.
going to get fired for it.
Right.
And I worked with a couple people that like to make jokes, and they're worried about losing their job sometimes.
Well, and speaking on the military, I'm sorry. If I'm in the line of fire and I'm putting my life on the line, I'm going to crack whatever jokes I want.
Oh yeah.
You know?
100%. That's the best part about being out here. So in the wildland side, I mean, you get out there and you meet some random people and a lot of cool people. But there are different backgrounds in your background, and people just start making jokes, just horrible jokes, and you're like, dude, what'd you just say? But all right, it's kind of funny because I'm out here on the line and no one can hear you.
And I think a lot of people, like, again, another reason cancel culture is so crazy to me is you can clearly tell, at least anyone who's semi-socialized in a normal way, like anyone who went to high school, I would feel like.
Yeah.
You can tell when someone's joking or when someone's being aggressively rude, like seriously.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be that hard to tell, but I think the internet had a
Thick
bit of a
man,
problem
thick
with that.
skin. That's the best part. You have to have thick skin if you're going to be around this.
Well, I mean, those are the only kinds of people I want to be around, first of all. So
You have to.
That's why we congregate around each other. Hang out with each other outside of work is the best way because they understand what we like to do and what we like to joke about.
We have a messed up side of sense of humor, I guess you could say.
you have to. No judgment there. What are you going to do?
Right?
What was that?
Oh, they're lovely men. Pain in my ass.
Are you the one that tries to like keep the peace?
Kind of.
You try to keep the
Yeah.
peace.
They're crazy. They're wild. Oh, you guys are wild.
Are you the mom of the group? So do you stay sober most of the time?
Stop. Yes.
Out of all the girlfriends, she's the mom.
She's the oldest one.
You work the mic over there. I'm gonna handle it.
Sounds
Give
good.
Greg the mic. It's game over. I got the peanut gallery over here.
I'm definitely the mom of the group.
Yeah, she's a few years older than I am. That's my girlfriend. And one
Got
day I was
5
like, hey,
years.
Ma. And she's like,
Yeah,
what?
I got
And
5
she
years
started
on him.
going with it. And then this trip, everybody started calling her, hey, Ma.
Yeah.
Because she got up, made breakfast
when's
the last
breakfast
couple
done?
days. Ma, can you
Mom.
hurry up and shower? We got to eat. And she's like, you guys know how to cook. I'm like, nope. Sorry. And she gets up and
Yeah,
she
they
cooks.
cook way more than I do at the firehouse, but here I am.
You gotta feel good about that though, because people trust you. You know,
Yeah.
that's the way that works.
She's the mom because last night we went skinny dipping in the pool.
Oh,
And
and
she's
I'm
out
just
there.
like, really, guys? Mom is going in, eating her popcorn and watching a movie. You kids have
What do you
fun.
mean watching a movie? There was a movie going on already.
Oh, no, I just walk away. I just walk away. I'll bring you towels. I brought them towels.
That's fair. That's
so that was
motherly.
the mom and
That's
me bringing
motherly.
towels.
That's fair.
That was nice. That was nice.
That's fair.
They're getting
Well, I
me
mean,
ready for motherhood. This is what. I don't have kids yet, but
when it happens, you'll be ready.
yes, exactly.
But at the same time, it's always good to have that. See, I tend to be the father of the group because I don't really drink, so I'm always the sober one. So I'll be the one whipping people around, and that's our guy.
Well,
That's
tonight is his night.
We're like, hey, kiddo, you gonna start drinking? He's like, oh no, we'll hit some bars down in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
We're like,
he didn't start, so Mama
hey,
did.
Hey, bud, we're at one right now. Like, what are you doing? One beer, a Coors Light. That's what you're having?
I'm him. Every time I say I'm gonna drink for the night, like I'll go out with my girlfriend. I'll be like, I think I'm gonna try to get a little tipsy tonight, and she's like, okay, we'll go out and I'll have a beer, and I'll be like, I think I'm good.
Yeah. Weird.
Alcohol just doesn't do it for me.
I like to get a good buzz, but I like to try and stay in control as much as possible. Though something did happen.
Well, I was gonna say, being a first responder, I feel like being in control of yourself is kind of necessary. Yes, Greg.
Well, I was gonna say I have a little story about the host of the show. Actually, if we want to talk about it, we went to Vegas one time. Speaking of the no, so he is not lying.
We
when
went
he
for
says,
a car show. We went for a car show. First off, go ahead.
So he really isn't lying when he says he's out of the group. But he decided to break loose one night, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, and he walked into the kitchen, and the first thing he said was, "All right, guys, listen. I'm getting drunk first." And we all just went, okay. He goes, so no one could tell me now.
So that day, I spent the day drinking tequila sunrises out of water bottles, walking up and down the strip. So I made them in the house, poured them in water bottles, and was walking up and down the strip with tequila sunrises the whole night.
Yeah.
I was
it's
trashed.
Huge.
I was trashed that day. It was so bad. But SEMA is also huge. Yes.
Oh, it's big.
SEMA's fun though. We've been car guys our entire lives. I met him early in high school, midway through high school, and going to SEMA, going to car shows and all that. That's one of the cream of the crops in Arizona is car shows because you'll find them every weekend.
I know. I just missed Barrett Jackson. I'm bummed out about it. I was here 4 weeks ago and I missed it, so I was bummed out.
Barrett Jackson's fun. They used to have a car show called the Pavilions that ended. It was 40 years ongoing, 40 years. And it ended because of COVID and everything. And we're not so sure that it's going to come back, which is a bummer. Yeah, it was right down the street from my house. So it was like one of those easy to go to.
Almost stumble home type of things.
Yep.
Dude, that's gonna be us.
Let me go around a segue.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming and chatting. This was fun, man. You guys were fun. This was cool. What was everyone's name again? Kale.
I'm Nick.
Nick.
Austin.
Erica. You guys are awesome. That's fine.
She's hiding behind the camera.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's fine. Not everyone. I don't think I look good on camera. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate it,
I appreciate it, bro. It was good.